Assault Magazine. Thanks for coming back. This time I've got an unboxing. I'm not sure what it is. I have a feeling I know what it is. We'll check it out. First, this time I'm drinking some Genuine Hank's Gourmet Black Cherry Soda. It's got a very cool label, shaped bottle. We'll see if it tastes as good as it looks. Oh. Slice my hand up trying to get the lid off. Yeah, it definitely tastes gourmet, very sweet, lots of black cherry. For somebody who really likes black cherry. I can't find my buck knife anywhere, so we'll have to use my sword. I don't know if this is going to cut anything, but it's a letter, so you know, gotta use a letter opener. Yeah, that's not gonna work. No knife needed. Yeah, that's what I thought it would. I got this through the online thing. Not the Bandcamp, the oh, what the heck, you know. I hate it when I forget stuff when I'm on camera here. Looks like a big shirt. The new artwork for this album, very cool. My favorite artwork. I'm not sure if it'll replace that. Probably not. But I may end up having to put some of these flats, some of this artwork elsewhere in my house. Let's see what the album looks like. I've been anxious to see these because the artwork is just so cool. Very cool. I think this is their best artwork yet. So we can open it. It's not a neon knife. It's kind of semi-glass covered, which is nice. So it just gives it a little bit of shine. The silver ink. Kind of mostly silver ink. Thought it was going to be gold, more gold, but very, very cool artwork, of course. Ryan, what do you expect from Ryan? Now, this looks like it's a double album, which makes me a little nervous. Potentially being a 45. Not real crazy about 45s. They're often not necessary, which I'll speak about a little bit more later. Would have liked to had a different color cover for this, but yeah, I didn't remember getting black, but this will be exchanged anyway for a nice one. I bet this is a 45 also. Would have liked to had different cover for the inside, inner sleeves. Would have been nice to have a different color cover. Nevertheless, there's some lyric sheet, lyrics, and a flat, I guess you could call it, one of the pieces of art. It's very cool art. Now this is Demon Hunter's 8th album. Half of this LP is on YouTube as lyric videos. And the songs I've heard get stuck in your head, and that's a good thing. It's a good sign. Sometimes that means it's going to be long lasting, but it'll be long lasting because it'll become so popular. Sometimes it means that they get stuck in your head and you get tired of them. But nevertheless, what I've heard is very cool. It's real polished smoothness. And it makes it real playable, but it's real punchy to where you want to crank it. Seems to be more singing, and is the double bass. It's, you know, the double bass is real smooth. It's real consistent, so it's real smooth. It's definitely metal throughout, even though it seems to be fewer harsh vocals. There's guitar leads, and in fact, there's a super fast thrash anthem. It's the latest thrash anthem called Jesus Wept. And it's got quite a confession on it. Confession of faith. Can't read it on there. But basically it says, eyes wide, see red, I'm wide, bloodshed. So I don't forget, I'm why Jesus wept. Some heavy thoughts to ponder there. You know, Demon Hunter is a band that stays true and make no bones about the truth and answers found in Christianity. I'm super anxious to hear this album. I've been looking forward to just seeing this artwork because it's just, you know, being in Englishman, you know, I like this type of artwork. Sorry, I tried, but I kind of want to get all the other versions of this cover. So cool. So anyway, that's the new Demon Hunter. Something else I got around the same time. Another band that sticks to their guns. Obituary. Now, these guys have been churning out good time heavy metal, album after album, and hitting on all cylinders lately. You can see my full review of this album on the Salt Magazine Facebook page, which there's a link to in the bottom with the song titles and all that kind of stuff. Check that out. This is it's like inked with those massive grooves, yet it's more thrashy, like 1989 speed. You know, with the Ken contributing so much to the writing, I think he wanted to bring back that classic sound, and so it's a real mix of that groove and the older style of you know, but it's produced so well that it sounds new again. Now, there's 10 songs on here. It's only 30 minutes. So I'm still left wanting more, but it's still a great listen. However, 33 minutes, you know, not sure why No Hope is a digital bonus. The artwork on here is pretty cool. You know, I always like to see embossed, gold ink, that kind of thing. This is their 10th album. It's kind of like saying, maybe saying, you know, this is the future of Obituary, or really it's kind of an accumulation of all that is Obituary. This is kind of a defining album of, if you want to know what Obituary sounded like, this is kind of sort of like the best of in sound. Band photo, no lyrics, but they're not trying to hit you over the head with politics or anything like that. I thought this smoky gold looked pretty killer. good match for that cover. That's a great album. Well, something I hadn't shown before, but I'm going to go ahead and show this time, since we're talking about Obituary. Inked in Blood was my 2015 album of the year. That and Lauren Daigle for a little balance. Check out Lauren Daigle, great stuff. But this album, man, when this hit, oh my gosh. I've played this over and over and over. I picked up the CD at the show, and it's a digipack. Comes with a sticker that's probably never going to see the light of day. Of course, the CD's in my car still, and I picked this up at the show, and I told Trevor, I said, now this is how you make an album. The whole package is there. Every song is killers. Some great tunes. So fun to listen to. And embossed digipack. Wow. That's cool. And in fact, they carried over that embossed and spot color, this vinyl album cover. That's crazy. I wasn't real crazy about this theme. It's like I didn't want to see that, you know? But then after a while I thought, you know what this reminds me of is all the thousands of Christians this happens to all the time for not converting to Islam. This genocide of any non-Muslim for certain of those terrorists. This is what they do to people, and people just don't even want to think about that. Anyway, that's what that kind of reminded me of. This is done by Andreas Marshall. You've seen his art with In Flames, Creator, Blind Guardian, a bunch of other Obituary covers. And originally this album was called 10,000 Ways to Die. And being a horror film director and loving films like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, he had designed artwork for this album with the logo carved in someone's forehead. And so this ended up being what he came up with. Now this one is a 45, and it's kind of irritating to have to flip it over, to have to turn it to 45 because I have to smooth my belt. But this one I got the military green. I thought it went pretty good with that cover, and it does match pretty well. Brings out the green in that artwork. It sounds great. It does sound great. Once again, I'm not sure that it needed to be on 45. Nevertheless, sounds great. It's such a great album. If you don't have this Obituary, you got to pick that one up. It's great, heavy metal, just kind of somewhat like death metal, but kind of anxious to check out this new Demon Hunter and look at that artwork more. So anyway, some great metal this month, and I think that's about it. Make some comments and below, or especially get on Facebook, make some comments on the Salt Magazine Facebook page. Check that out. Give a thumbs up, subscribe, and come back next time. I'll have something probably completely different again. So anyway, this is Steve with Salt Magazine. Right on, right on.